What's up, everybody? It's Tyler here, and I'm joined by a great guest. She's got a brand new song out today. It's called Alabama Nights. It's a groovy song, and if you guys are ready to listen to some new music, go listen to it. I've got the singer of the song on here with me. Tiera Kennedy joins me. Tiera, it's a pleasure to have you on here. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I know your recent past has been just like awesome. I mean, you've been doing a ton of stuff lately. We'll get to that in a second. First off, let's start with Alabama Nights. How excited are you to have this song out there for everybody to listen to?
Oh my gosh, I'm so pumped. I've been playing Alabama Nights out, at all of the festivals that I've been doing this year and teasing it on my socials, and everybody's loving it and have been asking for it. So I'm really pumped to finally be putting this one out.
For those who haven't listened to it yet, since it's literally brand new, can you give a little bit of background to the song and what it's about?
Yes. So I wrote this song on a writer's retreat, and we wrote it like 1 o'clock in the morning after we had had a couple white claws, and just we started vibing on the guitar. And my producer actually had been talking to one of the other co-writers on this song, Jared Scott, about Talladega Nights. And they were like, what if we did a song called Alabama Nights? Because I'm from Alabama and I hadn't written a hometown song yet. So we literally just started jamming out and writing this song, and it happened pretty fast. And it is one of my favorite songs. It's so fun to play live. And I feel like even if you're not from Alabama, you can still relate to this song because it's really just about all the things you love about your hometown.
Well, I must ask this question since you mentioned Talladega Nights. Have you seen the movie?
I have, but I will say I'm on this kick where I've been watching like a lot of classic movies because I just have like forgotten like what happens in a lot of the movies. So that's definitely one that I need to go back and rewatch.
Oh, definitely. I have a sticker on my laptop right now. Nobody can see it, but I've got a sticker with Ricky Bobby and Cal. It says shake and bake. So
I love it.
Uh, so since you're from Alabama, there's a lot of great country music artists from the state. Who are some of your biggest influences growing up?
Mm. Um, so when I started like really diving into music and started to take it more seriously, I actually looked at a lot of up and coming artists that were in Nashville. Something that was attainable for me to look at their careers and see what they were doing. And so Carly Pierce was actually one of those artists, and I don't think she had a record deal yet, but she was just killing it, and I just loved her music, and I loved her voice, and so she was really an artist that I looked up to. And then, of course, Dolly and Shania, um, and just those like iconic females in country music. I really looked up to, and I'm really lucky that I've gotten to meet all three of them, and they've been just really cool and supportive of my career. So
Well,
it's been
aside
great.
from what I'm going to mention in a second about one of those artists that you met, do you have any memorable moments from any time in your career of some artists that you've met that you'll never forget?
Oh, so many. I mean, meeting Dolly was amazing. I got to sit down with her and ask her one question. And I asked her a question about the business because, just signed my record deal and was just really like getting into music and, or like getting into, that side of things with a record deal and just a bigger team. And um, I just got to ask her advice on that. And, she's so iconic and a great businesswoman. So that was really cool. And I also remember getting to stand on the Opry stage with Shania, and she was giving us advice. And she was just talking about how, she's really pushed the boundaries, and some people haven't really loved that. But she's always stayed true to who she is. And, she was just encouraging us to do the same. And definitely two moments I'll never forget.
That's awesome. I mean, that is one good point you make. I think as an artist, the most important thing you can do is stay true to yourself because that's
Yes.
why there are so many different artists. Artist is about
Right.
the form of art, and you do what you like. And you're doing what you like because you also have another song out called "Founded in You." You put the music video out for that too. Talk about that song a little bit and what it's about. I know it has a special meaning to you with you and your husband, and so talk a little bit about
Yeah, I wrote Founded in You a couple years ago, actually. And I wrote it about my husband, but he was just my boyfriend at the time. And I sat down with Cameron Riddell, who is my other co writer on that song and also my producer, and just started listing off all the things I love about my husband. And we put it into this song. And I that was my first song that I had written with my producer, and it was the first time that I felt like I had written a song that was entirely me, lyrics wise and sound wise, and just kind of the start of all of these amazing things. That it landed me my record deal, and when we were trying to figure out what would be my first single, that song just felt perfect. So it's had a journey for sure.
Oh, it's a great song. I mean, if anybody out there watching this hasn't heard it yet, I highly recommend going to listen to it. And if you didn't see the ACM honors yet, there was a very special guest that made a performance on there, and she's sitting right here on the screen. Now, you had the opportunity to have a tribute performance for Shania Twain. You sang from this moment on. What was that experience like for you?
Oh my gosh, completely nerve wracking. I had gotten to meet Shania a couple years ago when I did a show called Real Country. And ever since then, I mean, she has stayed in touch, and, she'll comment on my Instagram posts every now and again. And I got the call like a week before the ACM honors that she wanted me to sing from this moment on for her. And it was really special getting to do that. We got to share a dressing room before, and that was crazy in itself. And then performing in front of her was crazy, and it was nerve wracking, but also like strangely comforting at the same time because I remember when I did Real Country and she was just like in the audience cheering me on, and it was no different for the ACM honors. And yeah, I'm really lucky to have gotten to do that. It was my Ryman debut, so it was lots of special things stacked on top of each other that night.
Well, if you guys haven't seen it, whoever's watching this, Tiera blew the performance out of the water. I say is the best performance of the night. I could be
Thanks.
biased, but I think so. Uh,
Thank you.
you also have another great thing going on. You just announced that you're going to be playing Stagecoach in 2023. How excited are you
Yes,
for that festival?
I'm
I know it's
very excited. Yeah, I got to play. Um, I guess it was like right before COVID. I got to play Stagecoach for the first time, and that was really fun. And it's like one of those festivals that I'd always wanted to play. So I'm really excited to get to be back. I didn't get to stay for the other performances the last time I played Stagecoach, so I'm hoping I get to do that next year. I'm pretty pumped.
well. Before we go, one last question for you. With 2022 somehow almost being over, I mean, we're almost in October. What are you looking forward to for 2023 with new music and stuff like that?
New music. I'm excited for new music. I have been writing songs that I am so proud of, and that I really love, and that I feel like um, just really show who I am as a person and as an artist. And I cannot wait for people to hear that music, and I can't wait to play it out at shows and have people sing along. It's going to be great.
Well, if there's anybody out in the area in California come April, I believe the festival is, go see Tiara at Stagecoach. If you happen to be in any other area that she's performing, go check her out live. Go stream Alabama Nights now. Founded in You, rest of Tiara's catalog. And if you don't already follow her on Instagram and the rest of her social media platforms, go do it now. Tiara, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's a pleasure to have you on here. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you.